Hey guys, what is going on? It is Daboki here, once again, and today is going to be that video you guys have all been waiting for. It's going to be me talking about Mesos. Now, I can't say completely this is a Meso guide, but it's just going to hopefully be my thoughts and some tricks and tips on how to make Mesos. I know a lot of you guys are wondering how I got so much Mesos, and hopefully after this video it will enlighten you guys a bit. And yeah, but really quick, I just want to say this video might be a little bit long. I do have a lot to talk about, but I'm going to hopefully shorten it up a little bit and not make it too overwhelming, because I got a lot of stuff I want to say, but I don't want to lose you guys, and because I know commentaries can get very long. And so first of all, I just want to explain really quick. Oh yeah, before I go into that, this is my video of scrolling my Von Leon glow, so I thought, what better video to show when I'm talking about Mesos when I'm blown away 4 billion Mesos. So that's pretty much how much it cost. It was about $4 bill. It was pretty expensive, but I made some nice gloves, so hopefully you guys will enjoy that. And so gambling. Gambling is a very big part in making Mesos in MapleStory. Now, it's not gonna technically be like pure slot machine gamble, mindless gambling, but I feel like it's more of poker gambling. Like, you can read the gamble, you can count the cards, but it's still a gamble because you're not sure what the other person has, and there's not the 100% chance that you will win or get that profit back. So that's just how MapleStory kind of works, is that you're not really sure that you will get that profit, or you're not really sure that that scroll will work, obviously. And it's just really your call and your judgment to make sure that you can maximize your profit through this system that MapleStory has to offer. And it's just like everyday life when you're going to a new restaurant and you order something completely new off the menu, and you're pretty sure that you're gonna like the item. Like it's 90% chance that you're gonna love it. It has steak in it, it's sautéed with mushrooms, a little garlic sauce on top, and no matter how much the waiter describes it to you and explains that it came from this gorgeous cow in Africa and it was sautéed in the sun, you're not gonna know if you like it or not until you try it, and you won't know until you have that satisfaction of really enjoying that item. So even that can be a gamble too, just in everyday life, little things. So it's just not like you have to go to a casino to gamble. So you want to be careful when you're trying to make Mesos, and you don't want to get sucked into the gambling too hard and lose everything. And so pretty much I'm going to try to break this video up into 3 different parts, and it's going to be different parts for you guys out there that have different funds, I should say. So like 50 mil and under, 300-ish mil, or 500 mil, and hopefully I'll give you different tips on how to maximize your profits for each level you guys are at. So hopefully I can cover most of you guys out there. So let's say that you're going to start at about 50 mil. I'm going to go ahead and go through these parts first, and then I'll tell you guys how I made my Mesos, and hopefully some resources at the end of this video, so stay tuned, because I'll be talking about different great guides I found online, and I'll be posting a whole bunch of links in the description section, so go ahead and check out those. So really quick, so for you guys, for part 1, so it'll be 50 mil and under, so you guys are just kind of like starting out or lost a lot, not really sure how to get back on your feet. Hopefully these tips that I give you will help you out. Sorry for you EMS players out there, but this is mainly for GMS. I apologize greatly. But the crafting system, you want to go ahead and take advantage of the crafting system. I'm not sure how many characters you can have now, like 7 or 8 characters? 7? 6? I don't know, look at me. I forgot, I lost count of all the characters you can create. But anyway, let's say you do 6 characters, you use 6 characters, alright? And you have them all have the mining profession. Now mining, like going and crafting and mining. I did the math, and I did a lot of mining before, so I got a really good average, and it's really close if you steadily just mine. And again, guys, my tips to the mining is minimize the window and put a movie right next to it and mine while you watch a movie, because it's great. But anyway, so let's say you use 6 characters to mine. You want to just focus on the bronze mineral patches. The bronze and adaminium ores are the best things right now in the FM, I believe, because it's just really in demand at the moment. I'm not sure how out of date this will become, but hopefully it will stay in date for a while. So anyway, you get about 60 ores in total, 30 of each color for each character. So that's gonna be 10 minutes. You'll get 60 ores. I'm gonna be doing some math, so hopefully you guys will follow along with me. But anyway, 60 ores, and 60 ores times 6 characters will be 360 ores. And then you're gonna do 360 and divide that by 3, because you need 3 to create a plate. So you're gonna do 3, so that would be about 120 either plates or powders. And powders are good too because you can resell them. Now after you crafted 120 plates or powders, you can either go in the approach of potentially getting some nice potentials on earrings, crafting and using your plates in that matter, and then selling your earrings, infusing and stuff like that. Or you can play the safe route and you really need that meso and sell it for average, I'm going to say about 400 to 500k each on the plates and the powders. Now I say average because the aluminiums are, of course, you sell for like 300, and sometimes you can get away with the powders for like 600k. So daily average, you should be making about 50 to 60 mil just on mining. That's awesome, right? That's easy meso. Do that for 7 days and you can get about 300 mil. That's awesome. So hopefully, but the thing is though, it's time consuming and it's horrible sitting in the mine by yourself getting mine stealed, MS, you know what I mean, and dealing with all the people that are hitting your mineral patches or whatever, and the movie's boring or whatnot. But really, making mesos takes time, and you want to make mesos, and you got to do that, I guess. Or other ways. There's a lot of different ways, but that's just the way I thought was kind of maximizing your profits for the most 100% guarantee way of making some meso without losing some. The next stage, I should say, would be about 300-ish mil. Now at this stage, you're gonna have to do some merching. Now my thoughts on merching, I hate it. I hate merching whatsoever, but you gotta do it sometimes. Now I don't really take advantage of the 500k to 1 mil profit merching. Like you see a scroll for 900k and you're like, oh, I know I can sell that for 1.4 million, and it's 900k right now. For my personal opinion, I wouldn't go for it just for myself. Maybe because I do have some meso and I don't really need it, but if you guys see the opportunity and you guys are 100% sure that you can sell it for a little profit, or at least 80% sure and above that you can sell for a little profit, then definitely go for it. But make sure you know the FM, because MapleStory's economy fluctuates so insanely much. I mean, baby. Baby was crying outside. But it's so hard for me to read, and I bet there's so in-depth guys out there that will teach you how to read MapleStory economy. But like, I literally watched items fall for like 50 to 100 mil in one day, and it's just crazy when you see that. And I lost a lot of mesos trying to merch, so definitely be careful of that. You don't want to get stuck with items that you don't want. And you want to make sure that when you're merching, because when you have 300 mil, sorry, I'm getting off track. 300 mil, anyway, going back, 300 mil, you want to be buying those like either potential items, already scrolled items, what other, work gloves, stuff like that. You want to make sure that you really know your prices though, and you're for surely confident you can sell, because a lot of people are just putting their items up there on a base, like random guess, like how much is a 6% luck earring, and stuff like that. But like, so definitely go ahead and take advantage, but really study your FM. My little trick that I do is that when I try to make like profit, I buy an item, let's say for 90 mil, and I've seen it go for 150, let's say, but I know it will go away fast. I know for sure I can make a profit if I sell it for 130. So you don't want to hold on to it for too long and try to sell it for 150 for a week, because that item could drop fiercely down. So you want to make sure to get it off quick, but maximize, but not too maximize where you're holding on to it for too long. So that's my kind of tip on merching. So you get it and you try to get rid of it as fast as possible, as much more, so as much as you can. So you gotta really study up on your FM for that, and I'll be posting some FM steadiers, I guess, that I found online. Hopefully they're helpful. But yeah, so about 500 million plus. For you guys that have 500 million plus, you guys are trying to get some billions and stuff like that. Hopefully I'll be getting more into my story on how I make my mesos now. I don't do a very good approach on making mesos, but how I do it is I it's like how would I call it? I superstitious maybe. Like different spots, like stuff like that. Like you have your lucky spot or something. But anyway, so it might not even work. But I scroll. I mad scroll. All right, it's not really good, but I scroll work gloves, and you guys probably seen me in Kaini for the past couple months, just trying to buy a lot of work glove scrolls. I don't know what it has been lately, but this diligence personality trait system, you want to level that as much as you can with your main character. Mine is about 40 right now, 42 maybe, and it's just working great. I don't know why. It's like just 4% extra, but it helps so much for some reason. Like I scrolled 22 10 attack word gloves in the past like month and a half or so, which is insane. Like I never had that much luck before. I mean, I scrolled a couple here and there, but like never consistently, and I never came back to scrolling so often. But there's different methods of scrolling, which I'll get into later. I'll make a whole different video on scrolling. Hopefully we can cover some controversies on scrolling, because that's a big issue and topic. Like, really, is it 60%? Because I mean, my girlfriend, she failed 7 MW30 books, 7 MW30s. That's failing 50% in 7 times in a row. That's not 50% chance success rate. But so ooh, excuse me, sorry about that. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the math with you after I go ahead and tell you a little bit when you want to scroll. 500 mil, you guys will probably think, it's not a good idea to scroll, which is totally fine. Excuse me. But I feel like scrolling is good if you set a goal and you set a limit. Because if you get caught in that gamble of scrolling, you could really lose a lot of mesos. So I usually set a goal. Wow, my voice is going out. 12 minutes in this video. Wow, 12 minutes already? Dang, sorry guys. Alright, I'll try to speed it up. But so I set a goal, a limit for either like 10 scrolls a day or 10 scrolls every other day, and make sure I don't go under, let's say, 300 million mesos or 250, and I'll just buy 10 glove attack scrolls a day. And how I scroll is I make sure that if one scroll fails on a glove, obviously you don't use that glove. You throw that glove away or you save it for later, and you get started on a new glove, and you scroll. My rule of thumb is when 3 glove attack scroll works and the 4th one fails, you finish the scroll. If under 3 scrolls do not work, or you finish the glove. If under 3 scrolls do not work, you don't finish the glove at all. You don't touch it ever again. So you want to make sure you can get to 8 attack, and you can like resell it for profit. So you set that limit for 10 scrolls. You don't go over, or whatever your limit is, and you do what works for you. You find a little method. You just get into it. It's the luck, I guess, the luck of the draw. But then now you guys are saying like, oh, Daboki, you only make mesos off of luck, which yeah, kinda. I scroll a lot of my own stuff. A lot of the merging stuff, I got really lucky, of course, again with the luck word, on finding some items through FM, that people mispriced, underpriced, stuff like that, resold for higher, and getting stuff like that. So hopefully you guys will know. I mean, and if you guys want to know the math really quick, I did all the math. Took me like a couple minutes here, but just follow me. So I made 22 10 attacks, right? Not all in like straight, but over the period of time, let's say average 22. So that's gonna be about an average of 300 mil each. So some I sold for 280, some I sold for 320, something like that. And then so that's gonna be about 6.6 billion mesos I made off of glove attack scrolls. Now the thing is though, I spent, of course, 5 scrolls on each of those gloves. So that's gonna be 5 times 22 gloves, which is 110 scrolls. And I sold, or each of those scrolls cost about 15 million mesos, which came out to be 1.6 billion mesos I spent on scrolls. And I did fail at least like 20 work gloves, and average about 2 to 3 scrolls per work glove. So I lost about an average 2.5 bill in all together of all my scrolls that I spent on glove attack scrolls. So I made at least like 4 bill profit, which is pretty good, and it's really great to have that. So 4 bill profit, and of course a lot of other merging. And when you're upgrading your items, of course resell your item and get better ones. So that's how you do it. So excuse me, that's kind of how I made my Mesos, and I've been playing for a while. So I started out really small, and I just made sure that I didn't fall under a certain amount of Mesos, and just really set that goal. And you never go under that amount of Mesos that you want to go under, and you can just keep building up, and keep setting new goals, new limits for yourself. Always set that level cap at a certain level, and hopefully you guys will become more successful. So some resources here, we'll go ahead and get into that really quick. Oh, it's 15 minutes. Hopefully I can still upload this. But anyway, so what was I gonna say? Okay, resources. I posted a lot of links in this video, in this description. I want you guys to go ahead and check that out. Probably it's going to be repetitive, but just different types of videos. We got Flex's videos, Vion Thief, John. He made a lot of good Meso guides. He talks about how to use MTS systems. So does Flex. Copper Sand does a great job. Those guys do an amazing job at Meso guides. I'll also post some links from Basil, which will teach you how to read the FM. And Flex does that as well. And also I will be posting some other random links, hopefully. Well guys, thanks for watching this long video, 16 minutes and 30 seconds. This has been the longest video. And like always guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, just feel free to ask me. And we'll be seeing you guys later.